I got a couple of comments on my Arrow of Justice video joking about building up power for 12 hours and the like. An obvious nod to Pannenkoek, but the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to figure out what building up power for that long would actually do, or if it was even possible considering the game could just crash. As far as I could see in the video I made, the percentage counter caps out at 999%, but the game still keeps track of your actual damage output on the results screen, which, by looking at the percentage given, has no limit, or at least an extremely high one. So, I decided to put it to the test. How much damage could you actually do by charging this arrow of seemingly infinite potential for 12 whole hours? To be clear, I didn't use any customs during these tests, even though I could have made the arrow a lot stronger. I decided to stick to vanilla Kirby and vanilla Link for consistency. So, I got my Wii U gamepad, some tape, and went about my day. I set the game to one stock with no time limit, so it would be easy to judge how much damage was done by the arrow, and started conducting smaller charges to test the stability of the game and the arrow's overall damage growth. I started by only charging up the arrow for 1 second, which as expected did only 6%, but things quickly started getting kind of out of hand when I charged the arrow for 10 minutes. Subtracting the 10% to account for the damage that Link gets from getting inhaled, the arrow did 4,522% in a single hit. In just a couple of minutes, the arrow gets so strong that it completely nullifies reflectors and even Villager's Pocket, making Fox immediately drop Reflector and ignoring Villager's Pocket entirely. I repeated the process of charging the arrow for 30 minutes, 1 hour, and 5 hours, and the results were totally worth the wait. Here are the results for those charges. In 30 minutes, the arrow did 11,186%. In 60, it did 26,688%, and in 5 hours, or 300 minutes, it did 132,988% in one hit. Strangely enough, even though the percentage given doesn't seem to have any limit, launch speed capped out at 777 miles per hour no matter how long I charged the arrow. But enough beating around the bush with these smaller charges. It's time for the big one, the 12-hour charge, which is probably why you're watching in the first place. So, without further ado, here you go. I came back 12 hours later to untape the B button, but just barely moving the gamepad made Kirby launch the arrow.
The winner is Kirby!
And here's the final result. In 12 hours, the arrow did 317,955% in a single hit. I don't think any amount of customs will ever be able to match up. One curious thing I did notice is that this number is most likely the limit for the damage counter. On a previous failed 12-hour charge, yes, I had to do this multiple times, I charged the arrow for around 11 hours but got the same number. Coincidence? Maybe. Am I remembering wrong? It's possible. But this is most likely the percentage cap for not only how much damage the game keeps track of on the results screen, but also for how much damage it's possible to do in a single hit. To recap, here's a chart displaying the data of all the tests I did, with the blue line representing the moving average. If you want to try it out for yourself, be my guest, but as for me, I'm tired of all this charging. I think I'll just go back to doing custom shenanigans. Hey guys, the GioDude here, thanks for watching. Just on a quick side note, I don't usually acknowledge my subscriber count, but we've recently passed 1,500 subscribers, and I just wanted to extend a thanks to everyone who's watching and everyone who has subscribed, because it means a lot to me, because I would not be making content if no one watched, and the idea of putting something out there and, you know, making someone's day a little bit better. That idea I just really like a lot. So yeah, I hope that I'll be able to continue making content that you guys like and hopefully improve my craft, so to speak, to bring you guys higher quality content as time goes on. So again, thanks for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.